Welcome back to my channel. While we've got my kit all over the floor, I'm going to do a quick review today on my DD Travel bivy. It's not in the original bag it came in. From day one I've never used that bag. See if we can get this thing to focus. I think we'll be editing that out. Only because compression sack you can get it smaller, that simple. Right, we'll get it out and have a little look at it. I've had this for a year, so I'm doing a review on it. I've had it quite a while. Haven't used it as much as I would like to have, mainly because I had a permanent 12x12 British Army command post tent, and the 9x9 permanently erected in private woodland. I quite often slept either in the hammock or in one of the tents or the caravan on site. But I've used it a few times. And we'll go through not too many differences between the travel and the travel bivy, because I've never owned the travel, I've only got the travel bivy, and I'll point out what I know and what I've seen. But firstly, we'll put the thing up. It's got no tree huggers or whoopee slings. This is standard out the box, the straps it comes with. First things first, tie one end to the tree. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Just going to go around the tree. Both straps. Pull the hammock out. So it's going to be clear of any branches. Then tie the original straps from behind the tree like a shoelace, and you can go around the tree as many times as you want. For demonstration purposes, that's how we've done mine. Again, just around once, tied a shoelace, nothing special, nothing simple. You know, like I say, you can various ways, all personal ways, however you want to tie this hammock up. Right, let's get this back on the tripod. So there's the hammock. Got a pocket at the top, both sides. Pocket at the bottom, both sides to hang outwards or inwards. It opens up, so you can put a wool blanket in there, or a sleeping mat, pad, airbed, electric blanket, whatever you want. I've been told if you sit in it, without the mozzie net, sit in it in reverse. You have the mesh down. You have the mesh down for lounging. You can have the mesh up, fold the sides up, we'll go into that in a second. So as you can see, it's a good sized hammock. Plenty of space, plenty of comfort. You also get a neat little bag with some pegs, some poles. If you lose these or break them, don't worry, you can use twigs and sticks. Personally, I think the first time I took the hammock out, I left these at home and used sticks, not a problem. We'll bring the camera in close up for this because we're going to try and do some proper videoing. Now, so the hammock's the right way around, there's the logo. And on the top side above the mesh, you've got this tube of fabric where you insert your mini tent poles. I think they're hammock spreaders. Can't remember what they're called. Again, if you do forget them, there's webbing loops, molly loops, so you can feed a stick through, a twig through, whatever you want. I'll now do the reverse side. To be honest, it's normally easier to stand on the side with the hole. There's only one hole on one side, there's no hole on this side. It's easier to do it from that side. It's the bungee cord to hold up the mozzie net. I've just put loops. It's just easier to lash it on, to fold it over, to put it through a guide line. There's great reasons I leave loops on stuff. That's one of them. There are attachments on the outside to hang an outer blanket, outer quilt, hammock blanket, whatever you want to refer to them as. There's loops all the way around. Well, two at the top, two at the bottom. If you want to sit in it and not have the mozzie net in the way, just fold it over. Fold it over the spreaders, both sides, and then they're less likely to get in the way. They're still there, it's still a pain to get in this type of hammock, but the mozzie net is worth it in the summer. I think we probably could get a bit more height out of these. All round comfy little hammock there. Not the best example. Again, I think I can get those bungees a bit higher, but for demonstration purposes, let's give it a go. We'll try that one first. That's better. That's better. The thing about hammocks is you set them up, then you have to adjust them to get them just right. There we go. Better, although the wind has took it a little bit and filled it up. But you get the gist of it. Forget the name of the mesh. Ultra fine. You can see through it quite well. It gets the smallest of bugs. We'll get the camera to focus on that. We do not know. Probably not in the wind. Well made, well designed, well engineered. Nice stitching. I had my previous DD hammock for about 5 years. No problems at all with the hammock or the webbing straps. These are slightly narrower than what came on the DD Scout. DD Scout was twin skinned like this, but never used it with a mat or wall blanket or anything inside. Yeah, and you can use the pockets while you're inside, or you can hang them outside. You've got your phone in there. Oh, we might as well show you the inside while we're here. While we're here. Excuse me while I try and get back in it. Now inside, at the top, there's a little loop in here, which you probably can't see because I'm too close, to hang something, car keys, and there's one at the far end, which would be great for hanging the light to keep the bugs at that end. Not that it matters if you zipped up. There's one of the pockets. So don't really get in the way of your feet. It's, I mean, I'm over 6 foot. I don't fully reach the ends of this hammocks or whatever's in there, battery banks or phones or sweets, dog biscuits. Yeah, you're not going to catch them with your feet or your head, and they're easy access above you and a good size. Right, that's enough of the hammock. It's upright position. Let's come along to the part where it's called the travel bivy. It's not just a hammock, it's also a bivy. So this will be the first time I've set it up as a bivy. So that'll be a good example of how not to do it. Zips can be used on both sides, inside the tent and outside. They've both got toggles in them. Right, release your bungee cord. I'm going to leave these in, but now this is the time when you're taking a hammock down where you remove these spreaders. So I'm leaving them in for the next demonstration. This is the first time I've done this. I've not attempted it before. I just remembering what I saw on the advert when I bought it. Something about 4 pegs. That's all you need. I carry other pegs, but I'm going to use the pegs they gave me. Presumably there's 4, and there is. So I'm going to use the 4 pegs that came with the hammock. Ideally, you want a ground sheet, a roll mat, something down on the ground to protect you. To protect the hammock, or a bit of preparation. Clear the ground from anything sharp that might penetrate the hammock skin or make you uncomfortable. 4 pegs and we're ready to go. Now if you're a bit more of a wild camper and you prefer your ground dwelling or sleeping under a basher, this could be an ideal setup for you. Again, most things you set it up like this, don't just put it up and expect it to be perfect. You do have to send the basher or tarpaulin, or sometimes a tent. You have to set it up, then walk around and fully adjust it. We do that quite a bit with the canvas tents. Now these are called a travel bivy because the bottom, again, it's water resistant. So with a roll mat or a jacket under this or in it, again, I've never used this before, this position. We'll give it a go. It's just to keep the bugs off. I've got my boots on, so I'm not going to do the other side. Laying here, there's plenty of room. You're not going to get wet from the ground. Walk round. Again, one side has been released with it being unzipped and come up, but that's good for stealth if you want to stay low and not be too sort of protruding off the environment. It barely comes up to my knee, I think, the height of that. We're not going to measure it, but probably just shy of my knee. Right, there we go. Just out this afternoon to do a few reviews on a few bits of kit. Just done a review on the 511 bag. That's the review on the DD Travel Scout. No, the Travel Bivy. Excuse me. Oh, the DD Travel Bivy. I had the Scout. I bought this to replace the Scout. And yeah, I like it. Make of it as you will. And we'll catch you on the next video.